Welcome to the first ever Iconic Travels Korea vlog. This vlog was recorded back in October 2025 when we went to do like an expedition to see how Korea would be in time for our trip, basically. So we started the day off by going into a Korean convenience store, and for me this was truly an amazing experience. Here I got to basically try the Korean triangle kimbap for the first time and eating noodles in a convenience store and have the famous banana milk and iced coffee. I've been seeing this all over social media, and also because I watched the drama Backstreet Rookie, the one that had Ji Chang-wook. I forgot the other actress's name. That drama also showed GS25, so I knew to go to GS25 because of that drama. It really highlighted how convenient Korean convenience stores are. I just love how this is literally just constantly there, and I kid you not, the convenience stores are literally every 5 minutes, especially in Seoul. Every 5 minutes there's a convenience store. They take convenience to another level, and this is something I really wish we had in places like London or Nigeria, just because like people who are waking up super early in the morning and they just need something to eat, this would be an excellent thing to just have. And it's also creating job opportunities as well, because it's open 24/7. They need people to man these stalls, so you can imagine. Of course, I've noticed this in the dramas. The people who usually take these stalls are like students or young people, but of course there's also elderly people taking it as well. I'm sure it's open to different kinds of people, but I can just imagine it's just such a great opportunity for people. Lots of work opportunities, and the food was so amazing and super delicious. After having some breakfast, we headed onto the subway and decided to get our hanboks. I figured the best way to start our first official day in Seoul would be by going to the Gyeongbokgung Palace. The Gyeongbokgung Palace is the largest palace in the whole of South Korea, and this palace would make you remember Joseon Dynasty dramas, and it has a lot of rich and beautiful history. As you walk in, you already have this amazing vibe from just the train station alone. Before coming here, I actually had to do my research because I am a larger sized person, so I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to get a hanbok that would fit me. I was really worried that I would be losing out on the entire experience, but online I came across Daehan hanbok. I actually didn't even look for it, it actually came to me, and on Daehan hanbok they literally provide hanboks for the biggest sizes. They have tall size, small sizes, and everything. And to me, this was one of the best things that you can do for foreigners, especially. We all know that in South Korea they are traditionally smaller, and that's perfectly fine. But it is just so amazing and accommodating that this particular store was able to do this. And as you can see, the scarf that I'm wearing in this video was not mine initially. I actually paid for it there. They provide hijabs for Muslims as well, making your hijab match your aesthetic, because most of us tend to wear neutral colors like black or brown or black. But this pink hijab, I was able to buy it in the store, and it made me feel so happy that I was able to get the full experience because of such an inclusive store. Thank you so much to Daehan Hanbok. I really appreciate all the effort that you put into this. After getting dressed and wearing our hanboks, we picked our handbags and headed up to the Gyeongbokgung Palace. And here we got to basically walk around the palace like royalty. It felt so amazing. Walking in the hanbok felt amazing, and I just felt like a true princess. So the thing about the hanboks and the palaces, you need to pay to enter if you don't have a hanbok on, but if you've got a hanbok on, it is free to enter. So automatically we got in for free. This was in October, and because it was in October, it was autumn. Autumn to me is the most beautiful season ever, and coming to Korea in autumn was truly such a treat. Everything, the weather was just so amazing. It felt so nice. It was relaxing, it was chill, it was gorgeous, and I just felt the sun just radiating on my dress as I was walking. I truly just felt like a princess. I didn't even want to take it off. It was so beautiful. I still think about this particular tree. I cannot get over how beautiful everywhere was, but this particular tree, it caught my eye and it was just so beautiful. At this point, I really was not ready to leave this place, but we had to return the handbooks because you have to return it by 6 p.m. if you're renting it for a full day. So we got some Gyeongbokgung. It's like takoyaki in Japanese, but it's called Gyeongbokgung. And then we headed on to Itaewon. We wanted to find a mosque so we could pray. I honestly love South Korea because if you're hungry, there's always food by the train stations. The food are literally everywhere. South Korea does not play when it comes to food. We walked into Paris Baguette just to check it out because prior to coming to Seoul, everyone was talking about it. So we happened to just be in Itaewon already, and the first thing I saw was this Paris Baguette. And of course, K-pop Demon Hunters merch literally everywhere. So I picked the famous salt bread, and this one was pretty okay. Turns out that Paris Baguette is basically like equivalent to Greg's in the UK, and if you're in the UK, you know what that means. One thing about South Korea is that there are a lot of hills, like lots of hills climbing up. So this is the mosque, and getting here was quite difficult because we had to climb a lot of steep hills. But it was okay. When you're in Seoul, you're going to be eating a lot, so you definitely need to get your exercise up. I can imagine how difficult it is for the cars to just like go up here. This is the Seoul Central Mosque, and it's so gorgeous and amazing. I went in there and we prayed. I really liked how we could have a place to pray. They provided like the skirts and the hijab and everything. There was a place for ablution. So as a Muslim traveling in South Korea, I felt so amazed how accommodating it was. And the good thing about Itaewon is you can also get lots of halal food. After finishing from like the mosque, we headed on to Myeongdong so we could experience the Myeongdong night market. So most people actually complain about the Myeongdong night market by saying it's overpriced, but for me, one of the reasons why I like Myeongdong night market and would still go back to it is because it has a lot of halal options, and for a Muslim this is like really amazing. We could get lots of different things like halal fried chicken, halal beef, and etc. Myeongdong also has a lot of halal restaurants literally just around the corner, and most of them are like quite good. So I think Myeongdong's a great location, but I would be careful just because there are a lot of tourist traps in Myeongdong. For a first timer in Seoul, this was just such a treat. I got to see some of the foods I've been dreaming of ever since I started watching K-dramas 10 years ago. And for me, I was just like, I have to just have everything I saw. But first I looked around so I could know where to go. You have the Squid Game candy. Ironically, I didn't get any of it because I wasn't such a big fan. This mochi was really popular on TikTok, but I didn't go for it. This garlic bread looked so amazing. But the food there's just like so many options. The fried chicken was also good, and the best part, it was halal, yes. And this tasted really good because it came with some tok, and that was just, it had like so many different flavors, so it was such a great treat. Truly a great treat. Walking through the streets of Myeongdong made me realize how much I love South Korea. I know Myeongdong is known to be overpriced, and looking back at this video while I'm editing it, I know it is really expensive, but this was my first time and I got to eat such amazing food, and I really enjoyed every bit of it. I remember watching Boys Over Flowers back in 2016. Like, I watched it the first time years after it came out because I don't think I was old enough to watch K-dramas when it came out initially. So when I watched it in 2016, I was still in school, and I remember seeing the scenes where they would eat the ramen and some of the fish cakes on the street. Go Junpyo basically built this whole experience for me, and I'm just so happy that I'm here. So stay tuned. This is the beginning of the travel era of IKONIC Travels, and we're also becoming basically travel bloggers now because I just love travel. My degree is in international tourism management. I've always been a massive travel fan, so for me this is a moment I've always wanted to share and experience. So thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. There's more coming like very soon. So tell me what you like about the video in the comment section, and yeah, please make sure to subscribe if you're new here, and thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the clips.